Hello, my name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your November 25th Spiritual Principle a Day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You may reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into our meditation. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay. Whew. Let's see what it has to say about forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness, foregoing resentments. Forgiveness is an action and a decision. We need a lot of forgiveness, and we also get to provide it. Living Clean, Chapter 7, Love. Working the 12 steps of NA teaches us to make decisions for ourselves and take deliberate actions in our lives. We no longer allow circumstances and our disease to dictate our every move. We choose to practice forgiveness and try not to worry too much about when and if our loved ones forgive us. We've been pretty rotten at times, after all. We focus on matters that are in our control and do the work necessary to forgive ourselves and others. NA service provides plenty of opportunities to apply this spiritual principle. As we serve alongside fellow members, it's almost inevitable that we'll bump heads from time to time. For the most part, we manage to set aside our disagreements, uniting to support the addict who still suffers. But practicing unity does not neutralize the need for forgiveness. Despite acting in unity, I was still holding a grudge, a member shared. It occurred to me that service might be more pleasant if I would forgive some of those I serve with. Many of us have taken a turn standing on the NA soapbox in defense of what we believe was the best for the fellowship. We can forgive others for being irritatingly passionate because we've been that too. Instead of keeping a record of each other's worst moments, we can make a decision to focus on the good work they're doing. We adjust our perspective to take the bigger picture into account. None of us is all good or all bad. By practicing forgiveness, we allow ourselves and others to be human. Sure, we make mistakes, but our worst moments don't need to define us. By practicing forgiveness, we can shift our focus and appreciate the strengths each of us brings to the table. I choose to practice forgiveness today. I'll revisit some old resentments, take positive action on any unresolved issues, and let go of any lingering bitterness. I will accept people as they are now. Beautiful meditation. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Wow, practicing forgiveness, foregoing resentments. I love this meditation. This is one of those that I would consider a 5-star. I truly like this meditation because it kind of leads you into the ocean. It leads you into the discussion about how we all need forgiveness. And we get an opportunity to also provide it. And we try to focus on changing the things that we need to change and forgiving ourselves rather than worrying about all of the people we messed over when and if they would ever forgive us, especially our family members, because they really do go the extra mile with us, don't they? And we can't get caught up on, will they forgive me? Will I know that they forgive me? If they don't forgive me, what will I do? How can I show or prove to them that I'm different? I'm sorry, that is not even your business. It's your business to the extent that you are changing. you're in recovery and you are working on self-love and loving others in a positive, healthy manner and not repeating the same things over and over. But it's hard to not repeat the same things that drove your family members crazy if you don't even know why you did them, when you did them, the reasons that were behind it, what was the exact nature behind it. If you're not doing step work, you're not going to get a grasp on what your assets and your liabilities are. You're not going to understand that I don't have to respond this way. I have a tendency as my go-to with my character defect to do that, but I don't have to. I can think this out. I can have no response. I can draw back and just say, I need some quiet time. I need to think about this. If you don't know that about yourself, you're not going to be able to change it in a manner that would be fruitful. Not necessarily, especially some of the family members may not be dealing with you at all for years to come. You might be clean for years and they still might have it in their mind. They are not welcomed at my address. But we're not getting clean to appease them. We'll get to them later in our 8 and 9. We will get to them. We don't treat them bad or anything. Once we get into the program, we change a lot, but they may have seen that so many times. Okay, so I remember you had 2 years clean and you went back out and left us with your kids. I remember you had, right? So, I mean, they're not impressed with any of that. They know us better than anyone. And so we don't worry about that. But what they don't know is who you are today if you're doing the work and really about transformation, right? They don't know who you are today. And guess what? It leads us into this shoreline of that discussion of forgiving and being forgiving, right? Being forgiven and forgiving others. And then it breaks it down, right? In a service, we have a wonderful opportunity to apply this principle. We work in a spirit of unity to carry the message to the newcomer, right? The addict that is still suffering. But a lot of times we find ourselves working with people doing service work that we cannot stand. We remember how they treated us and we remember falling out with them at those business meetings. And in the back of our head, as quiet as it is kept, we are still begrudging them. We are still holding on to a resentment. And if we're talking to the right person, we'll let it be known. Please. She will have you thinking that she is with the committee and get dead center into the business meeting and turn on a dime. Don't trust her. We all have had conversations like that about people that we still were pretending to have forgiven, but still have a problem with doing service, or maybe not even. But you know what? This is like dead weight that we don't need to carry. It changes our spirit. It changes who we are. And it definitely impacts the people that hear us carry on about these old situations. And I've done it. I've done it. I've had beef with people I've been here, 29 years and some months in August, right? Got 29 years. You can believe I've had some beef with some people. And if you get me in the right environment, I will repeat what happened like it happened yesterday. We need to grow up. I need to grow up. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. Let's work on forgiveness today and getting rid of those old resentments. Let's do that. Be committed to that today. And I guarantee you that your recovery will be much sweeter. Make today, November 25th, the best that you absolutely could make it, and have a beautiful day on purpose and move in forgiveness. Do that for me. I'll be talking to you soon.